Okay, so the purpose of this video I'm going to get to in just a moment, so bear with me. We'll get to that in just a moment. Yeah, so these tires have once again been fantastic tires. You know, like I told you guys, most of the people that have run these absolutely love them. I've had a couple of sets of them. My cousin's had a couple of sets of them. They've all been flawless. The thing that surprises me about these is how easy they are to balance. These things roll as smooth as silk down the road. No vibration at all. They do hum a little bit, but you would expect that from a mud tire. But there's no roughness or vibration in them at all. Very smooth, good traction. They've just been really great tires. Can't say enough good things about them, especially for the money, because you're saving hundreds of dollars per set on these over the other tires on the market. So I'm probably gonna miss them, but I like to try new things. I like to review new things. So the search is on for the next tire. And so this is the tire that I decided to replace those with. And if you remember, a year ago now, I actually bought a set of these tires. These are the Yokohama Geolandar XATs. A year ago, this was a new tire on the market. And you guys know that I like to review things that are new. I like to try new things. So I bought a set of these. Long story condensed into a really short version. It had some vibration issues. And like most guys would do, I blamed the tire. And in fact, it ended up being the wheels, because I had bought aftermarket wheels at the same time. And the wheels that I bought were junk, basically. So I had blamed the tires. Took the tires back to the tire shop, and they agreed to replace them for me. And then I still had the vibration, and I found out that it was the wheels, but by then the tires were gone. And it was a shame, because I had always really wanted to review this tire. Really nice looking tire. So I got an excellent deal on these. I saved hundreds of dollars on a set of these, and I'm going to try them out for real this time. So Yokohama Geolandar XAT. The thing I really like about this tire, first of all, this is one of the few brands that I have never reviewed before. You know, I've tried everything on the market, pretty much put all the different tires out on the market through their paces, but this one is one that I have not had. I've never had a Yokohama tire, so that's one thing. I also like the tread pattern because it's really, really aggressive, a lot more aggressive than most of your all-terrain tires. I really like how they have just a direct groove here. This channel is just a straight shot to evacuate snow, rain, mud, whatever the case might be. You don't have a whole lot of zigzag and crap going on. It's just straight. So it's easy to evacuate junk from the road surface or from the trail. Should be able to maintain some really good grip out on the road when it's raining, snowing. And I think they'll do really nice if you get off-road as well. Let me turn it around so the stickers are not in the way. You can kind of see the center of the tread, and lots of good siping in there. And like I said, the tread is really deep. You know, I did a pretty extensive first look at this tire a year ago, if you want to go back and search for that video. So I'm not going to go through all the specs and everything again, but basically looks like a really nice tire. You got two different sidewall designs. You got the one over here with the spiky looking things on there. And Yokohama has names for these sidewall designs as well, if you really want to get into it. And then over here, you've got this one. So you've got a couple of different options there for your sidewall. They do have 3-ply sidewalls. So nice, beefy, rugged tire. This particular one is a 33-1250. I'm going to go down a little bit in diameter, and I'm going to go out a little bit in width, because I think that'll actually look a little better on the truck. And I think it'll work better. Slightly shorter diameter should restore a little bit of braking performance and a little bit of power back to the truck, but it'll still look nice because it's nice and wide. So anyway, there we go. I'm going to really do a review on them this time. Now I do have some aftermarket wheels. I'm going to put these on like I usually do, but I'm going to check the wheels first and make sure that they're true and they're round, you know, like they're supposed to be before I mount and balance these things. So hopefully I won't have the same issue that I had last year. Okay, so let's get back on topic here. So this truck behind me that you can see, obviously I have the 20-inch factory wheels. It was an option, $1,600 option that I would not have ordered if I was ordering the truck myself. but the truck was already on the lot. Anyway, so I'm old-fashioned. I like to have less wheel and more tire. Lots of different reasons for that. It rides better, better traction, more protection for the wheels, so on and so forth. Less money, on and on, right? So I like to have more tire, less wheel. But on these new Ram trucks, the brake package is absolutely massive. They have huge brakes on them. And so the question is, what is the smallest wheel that you can put on one of these trucks? I'm 100% sure that 17s won't work anymore. 17s used to be the standard, you know, the base wheel that you got, but that won't work anymore. So will 18s fit? According to the forums and some information you read online, some will, some won't. But I want to put an 18-inch wheel on here today, an aftermarket 18-inch wheel from a pretty popular brand, Fuel. You've all heard of Fuel wheels. So I'm going to put one of those on here. We're going to check it out and see just how much clearance you get at the brake caliper with an 18-inch aftermarket wheel on one of these trucks. So it should be interesting. And hopefully it's going to work, because honestly I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. So without further ado, let's go get a wheel out of the box, throw it on the truck, and see what it looks like. So I got out one of the wheels. This is the wheel I decided to go with. It's the Fuel Rebel. The specs on this wheel, 18 inches obviously, 9 inches wide, negative 12 millimeter offset. So I think it will complement the truck really nicely. I've always been a big fan of that charcoal gray with the accents on it. So anywho, Fuel is a pretty popular and well-known brand. Would be a good opportunity to throw an 18 on the truck and see if it fits. By the way, I threw this wheel on the bathroom scale just because I was curious, and this thing checks in at 36 pounds with no weights or anything on it. Right out of the box, 36 pounds. So it's a pretty heavy wheel, to be honest. One of the heavier ones that I've seen. All right, so I got one mounted to the front, and it fits. But I want to try and get the camera in here and show you this if I can. Bear with me just for a moment. Oh, come on, camera. I might have to go on the back side and try to get a shot. But it fits. It does fit. But you cannot hardly put any sticky weights on there, I don't think. You know, a lot of tire shops these days are using sticky weights on the inside of the wheel, and the caliper is so close that I don't know. I mean, they might be able to do one, you know, sometimes if they have to, they double them up. Don't think they could do it. Might be able to do like one run. Let me see if I can get on the back side. See there? It does fit. It does fit, but it's really, really tight. All right, so there it is on the rear, and I'm gonna do another shot from the back side because it's really hard to see from the front side. All right, here we go. So you can see what I'm talking about. And I have to say, I'm glad that they barely fit, because I've already got the wheels, I've already got the tires, so it would really suck to have to send all that stuff back and exchange it at this point. But anyway, 18s, absolutely the minimum on these new Dodge trucks. It barely clears the brake calipers. You got to see it for yourself there. Sorry for the bad camera footage. I did the best I could do with what I've got to work with, but just wanted to show you, because I know this question comes up a lot, you know, can you fit 18s? And by the way, I've seen pictures of guys with factory 18-inch wheels, and it looks just like this, where you've barely got any space at all between the caliper and the wheel. So 18s will fit. There's some brands that might be molded a little different, made a little different, maybe they won't, but for the most part, you can get an 18-inch wheel on a Ram, and that's the absolute minimum. I like the 18s, so I'm going to stick with them and give them a whirl, see what happens here. I think it's going to be okay as long as they balance out good and they don't require a lot of weight. I think it'll be fine. So there's an option for you. You can do 18s. A lot of guys are going to stick with the 20s and 22s and whatever, but you know, if you're like me and you're old fashioned, yes, you can make it work. All right, I'm going to go put the factory wheels back on, so I'll talk to you later.